Random piece of meat on the floor?
Is Jerry saving it for later?
Maybe. Alright, so here's my mostly finished Dino Thunder set. Let's take a look. So the idea for my shelves is to display as much of the toy line as I can. This is Power Rangers Dino Thunder, Bandai America 2004. I'm not mixing lines. The set is about 30 inches wide, and then the shelf goes back maybe 11 inches, and maybe it's about a foot tall. So definitely not a lot of space to work with, but I still managed to fit a lot of things without it being too crowded. Borrow that. So eventually I do plan to put lights, or lighting up here. Once I get the lighting in here, I think that's going to look even better. And we do have lights that we ordered, but they're not going to be here till August. But not like this. This is too fat, obviously. But we have some thinner lights that I hope are going to look nice. I think this looks so good. I'm not sure what specifically changed, but like everything I've shown in progress, we've just gotten so many complaints or nitpicks, or you should do that instead, or I would have done it this way, or you should have done this, or this looks terrible. I don't know what happened. But I mean, when I do these things, I certainly hope everyone's going to enjoy them, and they'll inspire and just be a cool thing to see progress of and all that. But ultimately, it is my display, so I have to be happy with it. I am thrilled with this, so that's what's important. I'm genuinely sorry that so many people just don't get it, don't like it, whatever else. However, the good news is you can make your set any way you want. So if this looks terrible to you, or if the rocks are the wrong color, or if these aren't the figures that you would use, or you don't like the assortment, or whatever else, you can make it any way you like. This is Bruno's set. So, I am happy with it. I wish everybody liked it, but it's most important that I do, and I am absolutely thrilled with how this one came out. So, good enough for me. Also, I know I mentioned in another video though, but this blue background here, that is not a final thing. It's a placeholder. I eventually am gonna try to figure out something to print out and have it wrap all the way around. So, I mean, the set is not totally finished, but for now I'm moving on. This is good enough until I move on to lights and the backdrop, and thumbs up for me. I will add a lot of the sets that you guys see on TV commercials, that you see at Comic-Con, like on display, that you see in some stores that do like really cool in-store or window displays. What I've done here, there's a lot more going on than some of the things that people get paid many thousands of dollars to create professionally. I mean, for a personal basement setup, I think not bad. If you guys remember that big Dino Charge display that I was going crazy over, that Bandai had back in the day, and I still love that, but that was done a lot more simply. All they did, they just took foam, they took a hot knife, choop choop choop, painted it brown, that was it. There's a lot more going on here than that set, even though it was huge and really cool. But I'll also be doing this big, giant, enormous wall, and, upstairs for the Zord wall. So, I mean, that's becoming a really huge and expensive project. I mean, I'm certainly not gonna lie, it is kind of a bummer that this is something I've been doing for so long, and so many of the comments are kind of treating me like beginner level. Prior to our channel, I'd never seen anybody display their Power Rangers like this. And it's kind of been our thing for a while, and I don't know, it's a little depressing to just see so many complaints and nitpicks, but like I said, I am happy with it. So Dino Thunder's done, moving on to the next. I don't think I'm going to do any more in progress thing. I mean, I will, but for Patreon. I will certainly show everybody when it's done. But if you want to see in progress stuff, I think that's going to Patreon. So there were a handful of comments that I had tried to respond to for this video, and it ended up becoming an angry rant. So I'm gonna try again. If we have enough people from Patreon saying they want to see what I previously recorded, I guess I can post it there, but I think I'm gonna try again for over here. Okay, here we go. First, I should probably clarify that if you're someone that was just trying to offer me advice on the sets, even though I did say just let me finish the thing first, I'm not considering you a troll, so please don't think that I think that. That's not the case. But unfortunately, with a lot more frequent posting, we've really seen a pretty good increase in just really mean-spirited, hateful, or otherwise unreasonable, or even kind of crazy comments. Alright, so if you're just joining us, this is a vlog channel. A vlog is a video, blog, put it together, that's a vlog. So I am an original vlogger from decades before YouTube. In my world, a vlog is a video diary. It's literally what happened today. Like, we don't make stuff up. We're not trying to make a video that is a fairy tale life that people live vicariously through. It really is our real life. We're real people, we're not actors. This is us, this is our life, here's what happened today. And no, we don't go inventing drama to try to get YouTube views or to make other people look bad. It's a real life vlog channel, and for better or worse, here's what happened today. Well, maybe this still is a little bit of a we need to talk kind of vlog, because there are a couple things I still like to say. And like one thing that I've seen a major increase of, like over the last 3 or 4 months now, is people complaining, unironically complaining, about us complaining about living in California. As in us posting a video how this is what's going on in our neighborhood. For 10, 12, 15 hours a day. And we've got people complaining that we didn't like it, and instead of turning off our video, they are still with us all these years later. We moved in 2017, 18, 19, 20, and really haven't talked about California that much since we left, but they're complaining that we used to complain about stuff like this. That guy wasn't even our worst neighbor, and our neighborhood wasn't the only reason we left California. So, but I mean, can you really listen to that for more than a few seconds without it having your heart race? Can you really not kind of put yourself in our shoes a little bit and say, I can see how this would drive somebody crazy when they're trying to sleep, work, eat, read, watch TV, have any kind of a normal life. I mean, this was all day long, all night long. It went constantly. And then, like, we're the only people who even heard it. Like, no other neighbor was even aware it was going on. Really, it just kind of makes you feel alone and crazy. All right, moving on. So after reading the comments in some of the recent vlogs, Bea and I are like kind of starting to wonder how bad our California vlogs actually were. And whenever we posted the video, the last vlog about the deck, it was like the next day. We spent like a lot of the day actually just watching old vlogs. It's enough time has passed where watching them, it was like seeing them for the first time in some cases. So anyway, we ended up like binging a whole lot of our old California vlogs, and surprisingly, the conclusion we both came to is our vlog channel is underrated. I mean, we've always known that, but I mean, like severely underrated. And I can say that with certainty now. Like I'm really, hey, talking here. I'm really surprised the vlog channel didn't do better. The noisy cars was not the only thing we ever posted when we lived in California. Actually, some of the earlier vlogs are kind of amusing. Maybe we'll do a react to old vlogs video or something, but you could definitely see I was trying to get the feel of what a YouTube vlog was in the earlier days, even though by that time I'd been vlogging for like 20 years. But I don't know, it definitely seems drift a little bit like it was the first time I was in front of a camera in the old vlogs. I don't know why that was, because I'd been doing it my whole life. But anyway, eventually the vlogs, in my opinion, got really good. And nobody was seeing them, nobody cared. And I like, if you're talking about like not liking any kind of negativity whatsoever in the videos, what about our Oregon videos? Those, in most cases, never did particularly well. Nobody really cared. Most of the comments we were getting were just, when are you coming back to California? There were maybe 1 or 2 times where Oregon videos did okay, but we posted a lot of really good stuff from Oregon. In addition to Oregon, we've got a lot of really good road trip vlogs. We've got a lot of New York, New Jersey, even some Florida vlogs. Most of those pretty much went ignored. After watching all these California videos, most of the vlogs we watched, by the time we were done watching them, our cheeks hurt from like smiling and laughing so much. Yeah, that's still not, but...
For like the ice cream truck?
Oh, God. I don't know if you can hear Mia's over there. But a lot, even some of the things that were annoying us at the time, like when you're not actually in the situation, it's kind of funny, like looking back on it, as like when you watch Seinfeld, for instance. Like, the characters themselves weren't having a good time in a lot of these instances, but as a viewer, it's funny. So now we can look back on some of these things now that they're not currently happening to us, and in some cases it's actually pretty funny, or at least the way I made the video. It's not a good situation, but I made it funny, or it's funny to look back on later. In most cases, we had a lot of fun watching the old vlogs. There's still some things that are infuriating, but that was our life. You know, the vlog channel wasn't titled Rainbows and Puppy Dogs, you know? Like, we didn't try to trick you into coming to this channel and you know, give you the fairy tale life and then try to sneak in the neighbor issues or the heat, the traffic, whatever else we didn't like. Divided as One. The name comes from us being kind of misfits. Even in an art school, we were misfits. Divided, but as one, you know? The very first vlog is titled, I Need Money. Why? Because I was like many, many thousands of dollars in debt. We wanted to get the hell out of California. We had no plan. We couldn't figure out how to do it. We hated where we lived. We were just stuck there. You know, we had our dream of moving back to the East Coast and having a quieter, you know, a nicer life. And, it, you know, from that time, it still took us another 10 plus years to get out of there. But, you know, when you watch a show or a movie, here are your characters, and they have a goal, and usually bad things happen to them along the way, and they have to overcome these obstacles to get to the end, right? I mean, so many of our viewers are Power Ranger people. That's Power Rangers! That goes for most shows and movies. So even though this is our real life, well, no, especially because this is our real life, not everything that happens is good. But usually there is a solution and a conclusion. Actually, I am going to refer to a comment that I cut earlier. It's really hard to cut me off. I have to respond to it. I'm gonna try to keep it short this time. Let me try one more time. Hold on to your brains. Okay, here it comes. Alright, so this person says, ah yes, there is the complaining that this channel used to do when they lived in California 4 years ago. When you started talking about having the deck worked on, I knew you would make a video about it at some point, and talk about the terrible work was done, or how terrible the person was, just like you used to do when you lived in California, was complain. Probably because you needed some kind of interesting content for this channel, but what do I know? Not much. So, alright, this person is essentially implying that we knowingly hired a guy specifically to do a bad job and mess up our property, so we could post some nothing video on YouTube that'll get under 5,000 views and die, and get people like this complaining about complaining for interesting content. Ow. Mia, the ice for my brain, quick! Yeah, I mean, that is nuts. But we've seen this before, where people will just oh, well, there was that time I canceled Super Sentai. Like, people make stuff up like this, and it's been happening for years, just like constantly assuming bad intent and like the worst of it. Meanwhile, I mean, how many people, channels, individuals, small business, big business, like, all we do is promote. And the other channel with now well over 500 million views, we use our size mostly to promote and to direct traffic to other people and other products and stuff. We don't get paid for it. We do it just because we can. It's just so nuts. I really don't appreciate that, to say the least. The guy that did the deck, we didn't give his name, we didn't show his face, we didn't say his business or anything like that. 100% anonymous.
And we're still trying to
we're trying to work it out with him. Like, we're not trying to threaten lawsuits or anything like that. That should be a last resort, taking somebody to court. What have we ever done besides cancel Super Sentai? Or maybe Poisandra Gate. Like, what is it that we've ever done that makes people assume the worst of us? For a channel our size, at least on the other channel, who's been around for 12 years already, zero, what do you call it, scandals. I mean, like, look at how many channels that have been around for half the time we have that are just involved in all these shady things and the canceling and the whatever. Like, we've really been just mostly just positive, posting, just doing our thing, not causing trouble. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that's been imagined, but what have we actually done to get a comment like that and so many of the comments that we're seeing now? And just like, we're the people that just make stuff up for the sake of complaining. I mean, I think our issues with California were pretty valid. Pretty valid. But we didn't just decide, hey, we're just gonna complain about stuff to hear ourselves complain. This is our life, here's what's happening, and we're working towards a solution, which ultimately we have achieved. And since living in Pennsylvania, our videos have not been about how much we hated living in California. So, I mean, unironically complaining about something that has been dead for years now. Like, what is that about? It says more about the commenter than us, obviously. We just hope that there are enough people who can see that. Because, I mean, the comments that we've been getting on a lot of recent vlogs kind of giving us a headache. Speaking of comments, another thing I'm seeing a lot of, so you deleted my comment. Why? You can't handle hearing the truth? Typical idiot behavior. I don't know what they think they've truthed me here with, but your comment is right here underneath where you left it, and you basically responded to your own comment, and then they tell me then they tell me shut up. I haven't said anything. Like, I don't know, like, who he's talking to here. I did eventually respond, but I don't know what to make of this. But we get accused of deleting people's comments all the time. I mean, really, for as frequently as we are accused of deleting people or their comments, which usually isn't the case between both channels, like, why leave toxic people in our comments? Like, why give them a voice if we're just going to get accused of deleting when the thing is right there? I mean, I don't know if that's on YouTube's end, but usually it's not us. But I'm kind of tired of hearing that, so, like, if you leave a toxic comment, maybe I will delete it. Like, not respond, not show it in a video, just, it's gone. I mean, that might be the better way to go. Save everybody a headache, right? It's not time yet, Moochie. You're like an hour and a half early. Hey, Jerry.
Yeah?
Did the floor meat have a story that involved Moochie?
Well, I dropped it on the floor and I tried to get Moochie to eat it.
I figured Moochie would be involved in that floor meat.
Well, I held it up and she licked it. She seemed like she might be interested in it, but I guess she lost interest.
Oh. Is that true, Moochie? Well, it's not time yet, so go eat your floor meat. I'm trying to decide how to end this video, because there is a lot I wanted to talk about. Like, I'm happy to see that the channel is growing a little bit, but, I mean, it seems like most of the growth we're seeing is just people kind of hate watching. I mean, we always appreciate the people who do enjoy the videos, but, I mean, a lot of those people are joining us now on Patreon, and we want to stay on YouTube a little bit longer with this channel, you know, give it a little bit more time before maybe the future of this channel is more a Patreon thing, because that would free us a little bit of YouTube schedule. I mean, for this channel to see the growth, we got to be posting preferably every day or every other day. If you got people hate watching you and you're doing it for a hobby and you're doing 50, 60 hours a week, obviously that's not working, right? You guys can understand how that would be exhausting, stressful. Maybe Patreon is just a better platform for it. And I mean, we wouldn't delete the vlog channel. The old videos would still be there, and I'm sure we would still post something every so often, but the majority of the content would just go on Patreon. You know, we would love to continue with the vlog channel, but it's, at the moment, we're, you know how it's going. Actually, before I go, I think it is fair to ask, like, what does everybody expect from a vlog channel, or from our vlog channel? Because, I mean, it definitely seems that we're held to different standards than any other channel I've seen on YouTube. So, what do you expect from people uploading every day, or every other day, or a couple times a week during a pandemic? Like, For one thing, I know that if we put a Power Ranger in the thumbnail, that video is going to get more views on it, which makes the deck accusation all the more insane. Like, nobody's coming to our channel to watch a deck video. At the same time, I really don't want to turn this into another Power Ranger channel because we already have Kappa to deal with on the other channel. So I would rather that people were coming for Bruno and Mia and not just to see more Power Rangers, but that is what people are watching on this channel, unfortunately. Got all this great old footage from, you know, back in the day, but that doesn't do well on the channel. Road trips, people aren't really all that interested in, you know, traveling. Not really interested in stories, not really interested in. Building sets has really been giving me a headache over the last 3-4 months. Because it's just like, it just invites unsolicited advice. And with the pandemic, whether you believe in it or not, things aren't even totally open by us, because it actually is a thing. So, like, for us to go to restaurants, or toy hunting, or shopping, or even into nature, like, there are restrictions, things aren't open, there's the fear of getting sick. So, I mean, we're really limited to just, what kind of video can we turn out from inside our house almost every day of the week? And have it not be offensive to certain people, to have it be interesting to everyone, I mean, I really don't know the answer. I thought we were doing okay, considering we just posted like 40 videos in a row. I wouldn't say that's an easy task, but, I mean, the more we post, the more complaints we're getting. And a lot of the complaints we're getting are about complaining, when the videos that people are complaining about being about complaining aren't actually about complaining. So I don't know what to do with that. You know, explaining that we get sick easily, that we've caught a lot of sickness. That wasn't a pour us, give us sympathy complaining video. It was explaining this is a real thing, and here's why we are being hesitant and cautious. I mean, I don't know what to tell you if you were triggered by that. The thing with the deck, that wasn't a complaining video. That's just what's currently going on in our life. I mean, if you're not interested, this isn't the channel for you. Alright, one more thing I wanted to sneak in. Well, on this channel, we've been labeled the people that just complain about positively everything, most of which we've just imagined. We've invented it for the sake of drama, for videos that nobody's going to watch, which we know ahead of time, which makes positively no sense. But anyway, then we have the happiest Power Ranger toy channel in the world. And all anybody does over there is complain. They hate Saban, they hate Bandai, they hate Hasbro, they hate the show, they hate the toys, this ruined their childhood, this bad, that sucks, Sentai's bad, everything's wrong. And then when I'm like, no, this is good, or this isn't so bad, or here's how to fix this, or, well, then I'm a stupid shill. I don't know. So if I show what's really going on in our personal lives on a vlog channel, that's wrong, that's bad. I'm not entitled to talk about real life on a vlog channel. And if I try to be positive on a channel that's about toys and superheroes, well, then I must have been paid by the companies to say nice things, because everything's bad. So that's what I'm working with. Alright, it's late, I'm going to end here, but of course we do thank everybody over here who actually is nice, who does enjoy the videos, who has good things to say, or at least things that are relevant and constructive. And of course, thanks to our patrons. Alright, I think this video did become rantier than I intended. Alright, good night. Where is she? Yeah? Where's the little meatloaf? Moochie!
Moochie? Where'd she go?
I don't know. She must be in the kitchen already.
She must have starved to death.
Moochie! Moochie, it's time!
Moochie?
Should I say the magic words?
Yeah.
Fancy feast! Fancy feast! Fancy... She won't come for her name, but she understands Fancy Feast just fine.
She understands her name too.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, Fancy Feast, Moochie.